in our introduction, I was not mentioning Gulmira Sultanbayeva, professor of the Kazakh National Pedagogical University, who of course has a very, very special role here, because she shows how university, which is thought to be a bit of theoretical, but can have a very practical approaches to designing and implementing media literacy programs, and it's a quite complex work and program yet we have done for a long time, and so Gulmira, I would be, я прошу вас тогда нам рассказывать, как вы с точки зрения университета
tell us how do you how will you be working in the universities on media literacy? Thank you.
Здравствуйте.
Good morning. For us, for academia from Kazakhstan, it is very important to speak at the OSCE conference. First, this year we are making presentation for the second time. This year, we finished 3-year project with state financing from the financed by the Committee of Higher Education and Science, and this project is dedicated to development of information resources in the media, in digital literacy, to identify the indicators of misinformation. And RAS is translated as truth. So if you are interested, you can go into our website. Our instrument is quite interesting and very easy. It is accessible to everyone. It is available in Kazakh, Russian, and English. Also, we made sure that with very low traffic, the resource can be accessible. And our group worked very well. Our team included IT specialists, journalists, fact checkers, linguists, and other experts. And we had a consultant from the German university, Mr. Thomas Heinich. And when we developed this tool, we discussed the concept of the resource, and we approached our objective comprehensively to make this tool accessible. So it includes analytics, it includes practical tools and toolboxes. And we also engaged some AI functions. So this is our first project in Kazakhstan, which can also work on mobile devices on fact-checking and disinformation. And the final version we presented for the government in this resource. We have 5 blocks.
First one, we did a review for the journalist and a review for the open sources. So we put a description on 3 languages and put the same database, direct link to the database. So the journalist would be find in one resource several databases with description. Second phase, we switch to education. We have 5 modules of education. I really shortened my slides, so our users can download it within the 5 seconds. It's a really quick application. We got a permission from Google, from Meta to user activation through Facebook, from Instagram, through Google. We reviewed, we get a different option to log in. About the cases, case studies, we pick the most important, most actual, most 79 cases we pick and we review them, so it would be understandable even for the senior users, for the school children. As a disinformation source where we took a date, a screen of those disinformation that's published. And what is the essence of the disinformation? How we identified such a disinformation? Which tools we used to identify it? And which types of disinformation is? And which categories? Then in our work, we conduct analytical work, identified, classified, and recover some patterns, again, based on the Kazakhstani practice. Then third is training modules with opportunity to get e-certificate with verification after successful completion. As they get certificate, they can study in the Kazakh, English, Russian language, and the certificate is issued, verifies certificate is issued with a QR code. And each QR is not repeated, it's individual. We also connected that certificate to the user. It's a proves that it got through education process. It's a kind of motivation. We also connected based on the Gemini tool to do fact checking. So it's using different modules. It has some questions for it to identify this information. We also connected different the dictionaries, that's for the information literacy, for the besides handbook, we also provide the links to the scientific articles of the Scopus database. It's very useful as a young scientist when we are working with our masters. It's difficult because we are looking the most interesting articles in our area of research for the media literacy, for the disinformation. So we subscribed to different tools. In the end, selectively we download it, and we provide a small description to each scientific article. What is this article about? We collected more than 500 articles, scientific articles from all worldwide, from all countries. And I think it's going to be very helpful for our scientists. What we used, what was important for us in that research? For Kazakhstan, for us, we have a hybrid character threats, a social disinformation problem, of a multi-language problem, multilingual Russian and Kazakh language, because for us the character of the Kazakhstan language content and Russian language content is different. We have scientists who knows both languages, and he studies those cases to why in the Russian language you have such a disinformation and the Kazakh language have a different type of disinformation. And we did manage to analyze it and classify these different types of disinformation. We also developed a disinformation and media model and integration of those practical cases. So each user who can upload, everybody has gadgets nowadays, children, senior citizens, everybody. So people would be able to study through simple examples, simple cases, how you can identify is it truthful or fake information. In the end, we also shared with our source. And it's a technological tool for the fact-checking, for the digital literacy. Which problems we have? Problems, it's difficult to adapt for the national data sets. We have such a problem in the Kazakh language, especially, and also disinformation is everywhere, and you cannot put in one resource. We again use as a critical thinking. So everybody nowadays need to develop a critical thinking. Is it true or not? So it's a constant education process. So to make sure that each person need to make sure, and recommendations also, we government and public authorities, organizations, NPOs, societies need to provide a priority of scientific researches and technological development for the integration into education. Without education, with everyday education, we cannot identify this problem. This is, we actually in the end develop methodological recommendation as a booklet, and we work on that book quite a long time. And this manual we shared with journalists, with the public authorities in the University of Central Asia. And now I have opportunity to gift it to our speakers as indicators of the digital literacy. Which indicators do we have? Informational culture development, the system. First of all, we need to apply for ourselves. First of all, we learn ourselves on the media literacy and our fundamental work. And we describe it in the book, some metric research and the social issues and a content analysis result. The metric research is very interesting. I conducted myself. We use the modern tools in which countries is fact-checking is actually published in magazines and scientific, and which year is the most actual. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
I think this why we understand why we need such big screens finally to see all the different methods and how complex it is to find to address media literacy. Thank you so much. It was very interesting, and I think we will have also a lot to discuss, and it's very inspiring for us. Experts nodding, and I will now hand over to Gulmira, please, for the final words and the short reply.
Да, я бы хотела ответить на вопрос студенткой.
Answer the question, a student, Webster University, I think, right? So it was a proper question. As an instructor, as a professor in a university, we are worrying about this cadre in the media, in the journalism training. Why quite often students use artificial intelligence or LLM, and during the session, we try to let them work without any gadgets so person would be able to reflect its own idea without these modern tools. But we still have tools that can check text for the AI, AI indicators. In the higher educational institutions, it is a mandatory requirement, but the youth must use your own thoughts, your own knowledge. I'm keep telling students, just reflect your thoughts, even with mistakes, with errors, with maybe put your own vision, reflect your own vision. It's extremely important in our time where the AI is progressing so fast. And I'm as a professor to answer to professor on about the digital literacy, about the media literacy. I would like to add digital culture elements, because we use every day a lot of informations. Informational scrolling is really, we spend so many energy, and we quite often do not even notice where is the truth or not. So we need to personalize our channels of information to get knowledge. I believe that training, education is a need for everybody, each person, through gamification, but through any educational. So any content, it doesn't matter of format, it's extremely important. But the culture starts from us. Culture starts from each person. We are digital people now in this world, so we need to develop those skills.